Welcome to ZenTen with Jackie Rose of Zentangle. We are on day 4 of another week, or this week, and we have the fourth pattern to do, and then tomorrow we will shade all of this. So mine is a very small area here. Yours might be bigger, does not matter. So let's start with taking a nice deep breath in and out. Relaxing, getting in a good position, letting everything go. And all we're going to do is draw somewhere in this section, and I'm going to suggest maybe kind of like the middle of this section. So I'm just going to do it right here. It doesn't have to be exact, just somewhere in the middle, because we're going to go off in both directions. I'll zoom in a little bit here. And now around this little tiny circle we drew, on one part of that circle, we're going to draw an arc. Just like what we did on day 1. Remember how we just did this arc? We do this a lot in Zentangle. And now pick another side and draw an arc. And it doesn't matter what size it is. Size doesn't matter in Zentangle. Now let's do that again, connecting the two or wherever, it doesn't matter, just in both other sides. So we really drawn an arc on all 4 sides. And on mine, this is not, it's just, kind of connected those. It doesn't matter, just these arcs. And that's all we're going to do is we're going to continue now drawing these arc shapes. And what you want to do for this particular pattern is once you draw an arc shape, start the previous one, or start on the previous one. Now we just did this in one of my classes recently. So what you're doing is you're drawing an arc, and then your next arc, you're going to start from the previous arc, kind of like towards the edge, not the edge, but anywhere on there. You're not really, it doesn't really matter where. So you're drawing an arc from the previous arc. So we draw an arc, we're going to start the next arc from that arc that we just drew. And you're just going to keep doing that, going around and around. And if you want, you can turn your tile to get a more comfortable position as you do this. And we're going to keep doing this nice and slow and relaxed until this whole section is filled up. So at some point, it won't be going all around anymore. There might not be room. So it might just be going in just in that angle. You'll see. Again, not worrying about what it looks like, letting go of everything, letting go of the outcome, and just focusing on each stroke, nice and slow and relaxed, enjoying that mindfulness, meditation that helps us to really improve our health, our brain function, our stress levels, our joy. Now let's really focus on 2 things I'd like you to focus on while you're doing this. Breathing, right? So with each stroke, let's breathe in and out. And they don't have to be big breath. They can just be normal breathing, just focusing on your breath with each stroke. And the other thing is to just slow down. Go nice and slow. So we're focusing on each stroke with each breath and slowing down the strokes. Because this is all that we're doing today. So we have the time to go nice and slow And actually, you always have the time to go slow and even slower than me because you can pause the recording at any time and then start it up again. I think you can even play the tape in slower motion or faster motion, but I don't want to talk about that. Now you can switch directions of the arc shapes as well. Meaning I might, instead of, right now I'm drawing from left to right, and now I might draw from right to left. That's really what I mean about the direction. If you notice this pattern or this Zentangle piece that we started this week or that we're drawing this week, on day one, we usually draw a border and the string. And we did not do a border this week because you don't always have to do a border. It's just a suggestion and it helps us just create framework for our patterns so that we don't have to think about how far to draw. So what we did instead of which we eliminated the border and we created a string. And you don't even always have to create a string. And at some point I will teach, I'll do a ZenTen without a string, maybe next week. And so without the border, we are drawing all the way to the edges. Something different. So the entire page or tile or whatever you're working on is filled up. Although you might be working, maybe you did create a border. Maybe you're in a sketchbook and you didn't want to use the whole page. Perfectly fine. Absolutely. So I'm going to be quiet now for the rest of this pattern. Going nice, I'm slowing it down, focusing on my breath. So please remember to give this video a thumbs up. That's all I ask in return of doing these videos. Just click on the thumbs up and feel free to make a comment. I love seeing what people enjoy about these classes. And you just write it in the comments. So how cool is this? A little bit different than, well, all of them are always different. So have a wonderful day today. Stay mindful, relax, and come back tomorrow with your pencil and your crayon so we can do some shading.